the Not Safe for Work Magic. I'm your host, Gravity Groove, and I am between migraines right now. We're having storm events all weekend, so it's hot, it's humid, it's kind of rough out there, but my head is not currently palpitating viciously. I know it will be later. So we're going to try to record a little. So while we have been on the Sultai train, Reid Duke, about a week ago, put up an article on Channel Fireball that was a Sultai brew for Standard. Some helpful soul posted that on Goldfish, so those of us who do not have a pay account can see what that list is. And this is said list. Now, I have a lot of beef with this list. It's running the Nissa Hydroid Crisis package, which in this meta I don't feel is good. As I've said at various times, I feel like the aggro decks are too strong, and the fact that Crisis is stealable with Claim and a big juicy Agent of Treachery target is two big strikes against it. It's also very slow. You're often only making a 2/2 for 4 mana, and that's not good enough against the aggro decks in any planet. So we also have a stunning lack of respect to the aggressive decks. We've got 2 main deck extinction events, and that's it. So you just auto lose against every aggressive deck. You auto lose game 1. There's no way to win. I haven't found that that's a reasonable game plan in this meta. You have to be slanted towards the aggressive decks or slanted towards the Orion decks. You can't be this dirtily in this meta and not lose equity. Like, throwing away the first game against aggro every match seems like a bad way to play. Mythos is cute, but doesn't work with any of our cards in any meaningful way. Like, we're not blinking Mythos with the Orion. There's no Omens in this deck, so we're not blinking Omens with the Orion. There's no Atreus, we're not blinking Atreus with the Orion. There's no Tamio, there's no Narset, there's no removal. What are we doing? How do we win? 38 lands? 38? We're running 36. He's running 38. What? And rather than running a blue castle and a black castle, he's running a green castle? And Aether Gust instead of Heartless or Rider? I don't understand any of these choices. The sideboard even more mystifying. We have no Elspeth's Nightmare here to absolutely stomp the Boros deck into the ground. We've got Soul Guide Lantern instead. We've got more Gusts, 3 Cries when you absolutely should have 4, 3 Unmoored Eco, which, I mean, you name Agent of Treachery and that's it? That's all this is for? Okay. Another Mythos, which again, I don't understand why you play this card at all. No Shark Typhoons, another Extinction event, and 2 Rituals. So I don't like this list at all. I feel like it's not in touch with this meta in any way, shape, or form. We're going to give it a few runs and see if I'm right. But it just does not seem like a deck that's going to do well. We're still in the middle of the pack here, so until we get to like Mythic rank 1000, we're not going to be playing. In ranked, let's see if this is any good.
Take your marks.
Set. Ugh. Having a phlegm day. Phlegm day. Magical phlegm day. Ugh. Okay, what do we got? Blech. Huh. Huh. against another Yorion deck, so we can't really throw Dispute, right? Guess we're throwing the Leafkin. Yield, Jeskai Yorion. Public Enemy number 1. And remember, kids, this is why Standard sucks dick. It's this deck right here. Interesting. So I guess we want a forest.
I will aid you. The land fights for us.
If he just has Omen into Luca, we just lose on the spot. Because he gets to take Nissa, which is another good reason to not play Nissa. It's just too good a target. That's a good sign. We don't have any interaction here. All we have is a clock. And the Yorion that essentially does nothing.
The focused and disciplined encountered thoughtfulness before action.
Well, this is nice. Planeswalker land. Enchantment?
This was overwhelming. The land shall conquer you.
Okay. So we're up against Public Enemy number 1, so we want the Gusts. It's crazy to me that he has no more counter spells in this deck. Probably cut... Mythos can copy their fires, right? So what do you cut in this matchup? Couple Krasis seems slow. Cut a land on the draw. Guess this is the match where you bring in Unmoored Egos, and that's probably it. Could see taking out Extinction Events. Leave one in. interesting. Okay. Here on Planet Sultai, we try every possible variation of Sultai so you don't have to. Seems pretty good. Omen of the Sea. Shark Typhoon. Ooh, that's desperate.
Sorry I'm late.
That sucks balls.
This might be a bad idea.
I train every
And
day.
this is
No one is more prepared.
part of my concern
Here
about
we
this
go.
deck. No murder
I have
striders
just the
means
trick
no
for
way to
this.
kill planeswalkers other than hitting them with our feeble creatures, which does not seem particularly effective. And now they've got Narset and Teferi, the No Fun twins, are here to ensure no one ever has a good time. The worst fucking plague winds that have visited upon this game, these fucking cards. So now we can Mythos Narset. Does that even matter? Don't feel like it does. Probably just gonna Uro, then play this and Belief Druid.
Reckless and ill-refined.
That's more like it.
Hone your prowess.
Now we get to sit under the Conqueror's Death for a year and a half. Not casting it. Why would you not cast it? Why would you not cast it? Oh, he's gonna shatter. He's gonna shatter. So huh. he's going to shatter 100%. So, do we Mythos this first? Let's just swing. I mean, he's going to shatter 100%, so there's no other reason why he would pass this. He could be going for this directly into Luca, but I suppose he could be going for that directly into Luca.
No more games.
Which means we need to leave. We can't even fucking Aether Gust because of this bullshit. Yeah, we're dead every way. We're dead every which way, huh? Well, that's unfortunate. Kind of figured he had one. Yeah, he's almost certainly got the Luca.
I've got it.
Okay, just the Conqueror's Death repeat. Man, we're never going to be able to kill that Teferi. Once again, a card that's just completely dead. I don't understand the purpose of it. Did it not let me look through his deck? Was it the only one? The fuck was that? Someone explain to me what just happened? Anyone? Okay, don't really know what that was. We're gonna have to revisit if we did that wrong. I don't know. Sure. Solar Blaze, Shark Typhoon, it's bad either way, isn't it? Bad either way. Now he gets to draw a free card. I guess not. But he does get to blow up our row.
No, I am not making this up as I go. I really should have seen that coming. isn't a fight you can win. Don't worry, I got this.
But the same Elspeth conquers death 3 times. This is good magic. Good, fair magic. Good, fair, totally reasonable magic. Yep. That's good, fair magic. Uh-huh. Aether Gusts, man. With no Luca, this card just does absolutely fucking nothing. It's ridiculous. Uh-huh. So what do we name this other on Mortigo? Luca? Narset?
Let's try this.
Could name Narset. Yeah, I think we named Narset. We're never, ever, ever going to be able to kill this Teferi. Because again, the deck just lacks the tools. Once Teferi's there, you just lose the game. Which once again seems like bad design. You have to be able to think of all the angles you're being attacked from, and this deck just doesn't seem to be considering them. Disappointing. More Aether Gusts that do nothing. So... okay. I don't know why they quit. I feel like they didn't have a win condition? Didn't want to let us look through their deck again? Interesting. Well, let's see if we can improve upon his brew while not strictly changing it into our brew. So these Aether Gusts gotta go. I think these should be Murderous Riders. This 38 land count thing seems like it's for the birds. And Castle Garnbrick over castles that actually like do stuff, important stuff. Seems like a bad idea. Put a couple riders in here. I like going with 4 disputes. Probably could put a couple Heartless in here. Heartless Axe. Or Elspeth Nightmares. And let's make these I'm going to stick with the Unmoored Ego package and see how that goes. Let's put in the final Erasure to the sideboard and the 4th Cry. Cut a Ritual for, what would be a nice recurrent threat that would be hard to get rid of? I mean, we already got Uro. Maybe just the 3rd Rider? Yeah, probably another Heartless Act. Or a Disfigure. Let's just try a Disfigure. Gives us a little more interaction here. We got a couple more, 4 more kill spells in the main. Switch the negates to disputes. I guess we could just add a couple counter spells in the side. Neutralizes or negates? Probably just negates. Keep the acceleration package, the elements. Got a Leafkin on 2. Vraska Avatar means we're playing against something silly. Looks like we're playing against ye old food. Casualties of War is very good in this matchup. Let's hope we see one. John Sacrifice. Could make a 2/2 Hydroid Crisis, seems bad. I think we'll just try to dispute whatever they cast. Heartless Axe a decent hit. Really just want to find our casualties of war so we can clean up this board. Yeah, them getting infinite card draw this way is a pretty big problem. Copying that does nothing for us. Could copy the Cavalier. Play a 4/4 Crazy. Okay, so we got a Heartless Act, one of the Mayhem Devils. We're just going to lose to triggers. Oh, that's the wrong mode. Sure. And then we will... I guess we're copying the Crisis, or the Cavalier? So we've got 9 mana to make a big Crisis boy.
I have faced worse than my purpose.
Maybe we want to keep it to a 5/5 so that if they claim it, it can't get us. Ooh, Bolas Citadel. Ooh, that'll kill us. So put 6 into this, 7 into this. Yeah, let's just go all the way here. They are a sacrifice deck. Unfortunately, we... Oh, no, this generates 2 now. We do have enough mana to dispute. Opponent appears to be thinking. Okay. Mystic Dispute just as good as Negate there. Okay, so we definitely need some more kill spells. We'll take a Ritual of Soot. We'll take one Cry. And maybe two Cries. They had Woe Strider as well. That's probably all we need. I don't think Nightmare is particularly good here. Probably just play to the board, right? All right.
Take your marks. Set.
What's good? Interesting. Probably trying to accelerate here. Apparently there are motorcycles near my house. I guess we probably do run the full set of Cries because they're running Cat. This could be a concession. I mean, yeah, you can just sacrifice everything. Good draw off the top there. Yeah, we need the full 4 Cries. The only thing it doesn't hit is Mayhem Devil. That was a mistake. So, guess we're doing this. Well, I was right about Claim the Firstborn and the Hydroid Crisis problem, wasn't I? So, huh. Noisy window today.
Together, we will prevail. Rise, my elemental friend.
Uh-huh. So we've got nothing we can really cast if we want to still be able to block with this. Probably just looking for another Claim the Firstborn to kill us.
Behold, nature's true power.
Unfortunately, this is a premium target to Claim the Firstborn. I'm going to check for that now. Might be right in this ship. Cool. Well, let's run one more and see what happens. That one was not bad. Loris. Okay, so this is a deck you always want 4 cries against. It's a decent hand, but pretty slow against a deck that's going to bomb us out with 1 and 2 drops. This could also be cycling, which I think we only have the Nightmare and a couple artifacts in the sideboard to not just horribly eat shit against this matchup. I guess we have the negates too. I suppose the Unmoored Egos can just name Zenith Sun, Zenith Flare. What do you name against the Loris deck? Hello? your go. Mono White Loris, you probably name Fight as One or God's Willing. Okay, it's the one that runs the enchantment-y deal. Missing a land in our 36 land deck doesn't feel super awesome. Gonna try to build a bunch of stuff up on their Bogle here. Yep. This is why this deck's annoying. You basically don't get to play Magic at this point. We can't interact with their threat. The only card we have that's an out is Extinction Event. Yep. Yep. Well, that was spectacularly shitty. That was spectacularly shitty. Uh-huh. Huge Stonecoil Serpent. This one's over. So definitely not enough removal. Not as concerned about discard in this matchup. Just got to kill stuff as often as possible, and this deck doesn't have the tools to do that very effectively. Unmoored Ego, not something we can bring in here. I don't think this is a very good matchup. This might just not be winnable. Might just not be winnable. Guess he does not want to play into Mystic Dispute again, huh? That's disappointing. Yep. Second one. Yeah. This deck just can't beat this deck. Not enough removal. And it doesn't help when literally all we're doing is drawing land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in 12 cards. Sure. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That doesn't help at all. Land, 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 land. Land, 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 land. Sure. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we have enough to do both of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't want to fuck with it. I'll just do this. Destroy land, destroy enchantment, destroy creature. Creature, enchantment, land. Yeah, that works. Pretty clever, actually. Okay. Okay. Got 3 black.
We will not fail. Harness the elements.
Creature, enchantment, land. Okay.
Be wary of the ground.
Alright. So, huh. Casualties of War, kind of the only aggressive card we had there. Risen Reef and Leafkin Druid don't seem like they're very good here. Trim those a little. Maybe trim those all the way. Interesting. Of course, now we're on the draw against an aggro deck, which means we're probably dead. Unless our hand is like Heartless Rider Cry Extinction Event. Which, you know, maybe? I'm gonna nail the timing on that once. That will be my... Well, there's an Extinction Event. Spiral's a really good pickup too. That's scary. Do we name this on even now, or do we wait? Dig for another land? Risen Reef to try to get Cavalier out? Yeah. Cool. Do we have 3 green? We do. Jeez, that's a lot of season of growth. Oh boy. Okay, so we're naming even now. Yep, Cry is real bad in this matchup, huh? Uh-huh. It's enormous. Beautiful. Uh-huh. God damn, he's just drawing 100,000 cards. I don't think there's any fucking planet on which I can beat this. Yep. My 1 point in, yeah. Guess I'll leave up my counterspell. Doubt that it matters. If I can block him from a spell that makes these bigger, the cry could be good. Really just want to stop him from casting all the glitters. Are we disconnected? Let's just check here. Nope. Is the client fucked up? Whose time's going down? Our time's going down. Yeah. Now we just name even? Yeah, okay. We could cry the Carnarium, but then they could fight as one and get us. So I think we just name even. See, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can make a 6/6 crisis next turn. Drawing half their deck. We've cast 4 of our sweepers. Finally got one of our casualties. We could Thought Erasure and Casualty next turn. Which I think is probably the play. If we're not just dead this turn. Which we very well could be. I haven't seen any God's Willings yet, so we could just cast them and give them self-protection. Or tap us down. And not lethal yet, but it's almost impossible if he doesn't have it. Yeah. That's a real bad matchup and highlights how not respecting the aggressive decks will kind of guarantee your demise. Cards like Leafkin Druid and Risen Reef just don't do enough in an arms race where aggro has to be very, very aggressive to beat Luca. So if your mid-rangey deck isn't respecting aggro, you're just going to die to them, and you're not really you're not going to get to the win rates you need to be really successful in ranking up on the ladder. So we tried Reid Duke's Sultai today. I don't think we're going to continue playing it. Certainly not for ranking purposes. I was pretty unhappy with its performance, and I knew why I was going to be. It also lacks the filtering of Omen of the Sea, which I really appreciate, and helps make this deck a lot more consistent than this pile we see here. So we're going to make this go away and say thank you for your effort, Reid, but it's not quite up to snuff. Maybe next time. I have been Gravity Groove here for Not Safe for Work Magic in the Sultai lair, where we do everything Sultai apparently. And thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you hanging out with me and watching me drink some coffee, play some brews. And I will see you next time, or as we know on this channel, please give me one of these, and I'll give you one of these later. Boom. Later.